Well, welcome back. It's Boomer Baseball. And if the atmosphere and the surroundings and the accoutrement didn't say to you that this is Nerd Night, well, I'm telling you, it's Nerd Night here at Boomer Baseball. So, in my pursuit of obscure TCGs and my fandom of Harry Potter, I've been opening Harry Potter products. Specifically, the 2001 release of the base set. I've opened up some of that stuff and got some really cool cards and had a really good time with it. So, in continuing with that theme, I got some Diagon Alley boosters, or as some people in the Flu Network might call it, Diagonally, right? So, I set up a little decor. I got my illustrated Harry Potters, all 5 of the original illustrated versions. Unfortunately, Jim Kay, the gentleman who did these first 5 books, he tapped out. So I think we're going to expect like a new artist or a series of artists to do the rest of the series. But I'm cool with that because these are the archetypal books right here. This is Sorcerer's Stone, Chamber of Secrets, Prisoner of Azkaban, Goblet of Fire, and Order of the Phoenix, in that order. And honestly, the Deathly Hallows is a bummer. So, they can do whatever they want with that. I don't mind it. It's just, it's just kind of the end of the story. To me, it's less interesting because it doesn't have the charm or the whimsy that the early stuff had. The early stuff had all that imagination. It had all that youthful exuberance, all that, teenage angst. It was cool, But anyways, so if you see this beautiful product over here, this is a original 2001. I think it's like bordering 2000 when Warner Brothers got the license to do the movies or whatever, and they were doing all sorts of merchandising trying to like promote the product. And this is an embroidered Gryffindor jersey. They called it like a Quidditch jersey, but it it kind of replicates like a hockey jersey. But this one's actually embroidered, so this is all stitched. The first one I bought was felt, so it was an iron-on felt. It looks exactly the same except for it's just of a lower quality. So I bought this and I thought, you know what? One of these days, this kind of merchandising, especially the fabric stuff, is going to be hot. Somebody's going to want it. Some kid or some young person who had this when they were young is going to want to have that. And I don't blame them. I think it'd be pretty rad to have, and I'm happy to own it. This one here is like for a younger person. This one is another jersey. And this is before they came out with all the iconography for the set, before it was like all set in stone with all the symbols and the house what would you call it, the house heraldry and whatnot, So this one is like an early Gryffindor one with the lion rampant, and it's just beautiful. It's stitched. I mean, it's got felt here, but it's all stitched. So I can't imagine how few of these survived. You see, you got the Warner Brothers label there. So, what does it say, the date? 2000. Yeah, so see, this predates the TCG by a year. So they were probably developing this in 1999, So it takes a while to get things off and running. But again, I haven't looked for these in years, but I got this. Look at trademark. Don't copy it. But yeah, I got these years ago. Over a decade ago, I bought these. I just thought they were cool. And they don't make them like that no more. And I think back then, this is the kind of thing, when you talk about collectability, most of collectability means that people, they used it, they consumed it in the normal fashion in which it was like designed, like baseball cards. Most people who enjoy baseball cards, if you look at like older stuff from like the 60s, 50s, all the way back. Oh, good timing. I got a cough and the dryer's going off. But, people design these things for kids to consume and destroy. They weren't meant to be like durable goods. They're not meant to last. Not meant to be collectible, and therefore they were not preserved. They were not kept in good condition. And there's where the collectability came to be, is that they were destroyed and they were neglected and they were hard to find. So when you see stuff like that, stuff that was made to be consumed or maybe made, at a different time period when people weren't so obsessed with collectability, that's the kind of stuff that I get into. So anyway, so today we have the Diagon Alley boosters, which is really cool. So we got a bubbly cauldron, which is fantastic. We got Hedwig. That's obviously Hedwig. You can see she's not having it. She's gonna nip Harry in his fingies. And then we have school books and an hourglass, because I don't know if anybody's ever taken classes. You know, you take 16 units or something plus in a semester. You're up against it. You know, time is the fire in which we burn, which is a Star Trek reference. But anyway, yeah, look at that. The hourglass. The hands of the hourglass. All right, so let's dig into it, shan't we? Thanks for coming by. Let's see what we can see, what we shall find. Here, let me delve closer. Closer. Is that too close? What's in between in it? How about there? Let's see if the camera doesn't freak out. Okay, cool. Sloth grip. Let me just try this. Sorry, I'm giving everybody Saving Private Ryan motion sickness vibes. Yeah, let me see if I can see it through my viewfinder. Good. Okay, that looks fine. Sloth grip. That Chaser Katie Bell of Gryffindor there. Oh, that's Chaser Katie Bell of Gryffindor there. Lee Jordan, commentator. Such witty commentary on these cards. Quick thinking. Alicia Spinett, a good friend of Oliver Woods. Last year only a reserve. Lee Jordan again. Quidditch Through the Ages. This is the book that Hermione got for Harry. I think in first year, for Christmas. Midair Collision. It's obviously sneaky, dirty Slytherin hitting a noble Gryffindor. Cancelled Practice. The snow still hadn't melted the next morning. That's a bummer, bro. A Beginner's Guide to Transfiguration. And we got Lessons, Transfiguration, Quidditch. Alahosti Draught. I don't know. Anybody know? Alahosti Draught? Maybe a pick-me-up? He looks like he's tripping. Looks like he's under the influence of whatever's coming out of that gas, this noxious gas fume over here. Oh man, look at this thing. Quintuped. That looks freaky deaky, bro. I would shoot that with some sort of forbidden spell. Bulgi Potion. That's the rare. You may use this action and discard this card from play to do 13 damage to your opponent. Whoa. It seems like it costs a lot, but it seems pretty OP. You know, I'm not going to worry about separating these into piles today. I'll do that later. I don't want to make this video like extraordinarily long. So let's just enjoy the process and not worry about being so OCD about it. Which is a lot coming from me because I'm very OCD. Cancelled Practice again. Spongify. Sponge Cake. All right, what else we got? Screeching Owl or Screech Owl. Magical Drafts and Potions. Quick Thinking again. Flipendo. No magic should be used between class corridors. Albus Dumbledore. That's in the beginning of the year speech. I think in the first book. Like, don't hex your friends when they're walking down the corridor. Elahoisti Draught again. And then we have Cauldron Shop. And then we have a non-foil. What a rip. Draco Malfoy Slytherin. Boy, look at that face. He looks haughty, doesn't he? My father's next door buying my books and my mother's up the street looking at wands. Then I'm going to drag them off to look at racing brooms. Draco Malfoy. Sounds like him, right? I'm going to drag them away. I'm going to do what I want. Because I'm rich. He's a rich blue blood Slytherin from way back. All right, here we go. The Standard Book of Spells. Grade 1. Hope these are in focus. I hope this isn't giving that kind of out of focus feel. All right, Magical Drafts and Potions again. Dog Biscuits. I think this is when Hagrid goes to Green Guts and he pulls all this crap out of his pocket looking for the keys, and he has like dog biscuits for Fang in there. Moonseed potion, poison, excuse me. I've seen this in foil. It looks pretty rad, but this is just the generic version. Swelling potion. It's kind of what Harry does to his aunt. Lapafos. It's a freaky looking rabbit. It's a jackalope. A Alahoisty Draught again. Ooh, take it easy. Oh, what do we got? 2 rares here? What's going on here? They gave us 2 rares. What a windfall. Look at this. Silver unicorn horn. Foil. Nice. Very nice. That looks really cool. I'm going to set that aside because that's what they call eye candy. Oh, you can't see it. Hold on. Yes. Eye candy. All right, there we go. And then look, another rare. Another Bullseye potion. Pretty cool, man. So we'll put the stack of whatever cards here, and we'll put the rares over here, the foil rares. Pretty fun. I've really been enjoying checking out this TCG. I've been looking at like how to play videos. I still don't understand everything, but I'll do maybe a video on that at some point. And this Piggly Dudley. Yeah, when Hagrid hexes him with a pig's tail because he was being a pig and eating Harry's cake. I suppose he was so much like a pig anyway, there wasn't much left to do. Wasn't much left to do. That's Hagrid's speech. Blue wig. She's wigging out. He'd somehow turned his teacher's wig blue. Another magical drafts and potions. Freeze. Take it easy, poor cat. Spongify. Another moonseed potion. Charms. Potions. What's this? Quality Quidditch supplies. Nice. That's in Diagon Alley. Verdilius. Not sure what that is. Professor Quirinius Quirrell. What alliteration. Yeah, really cool stuff. So the problem is, I've looked into it. I've cheated and looked ahead. So Quidditch, the next one, is easy to find. Adventures at Hogwarts is harder to find. Maybe more expensive, but Chamber of Secrets cards are really expensive. That's like almost going to be like kind of my limit, I think, where I might just tap out, buy singles and not really open product. Fantastical Beasts and where to find them. Oop, upside down. Okay. River Troll. They're supposed to be really stupid, said Ron. Teacup into a rat. Oh, she came home every holiday turning teacups into rats. Petunia Dursley. Yeah, Petunia. Harry's disgruntled, belligerent, abusive aunt who hated her sister, Harry's mom, for being a full-blooded wizard going to Hogwarts while she was a silly muggle or a squib. Swelling potion. That's why she was torturing Harry. There's no excuse for child abuse. Sorry. A Beginner's Guide to Transfiguration. Charms. Quidditch. Kalasho? I don't know. Oh, this guy again. Quintuped. Freaky Deaky. Nightmare Fuel. And Ilops Owl Emporium. That's where Hagrid got Harry's owl. Hedwig. Hopefully we'll hit Hedwig. Hedwig's in this. I don't know if you could hear it. That was my smart dryer being a smartass. Pardon my French. Quidditch Through the Ages. A tawny owl. Pretty cool. Moonseed potion again. Butterfly weed balm. Magical drafts. Those again. So we got Carry Magical Creatures, Quidditch, Porcupine Robe. I don't know this one. I think they're stretching on that one. Wand Shop. Ollivanders, makers of fine wands since 382 BC. Shop sign in Diagon Alley. Through the Arch. Hagrid looking pretty freaky. Welcome, said Hagrid, to Diagon Alley. Diagon Alley. No. Diagon Alley. Right. Diagon Alley. We'll work on it. Let's see what else we can find. Oh boy, let's see. Magical beast, where to find him. Sloth grip. See, she's hanging upside down. If you've ever seen sloths that hang upside down and like wrap their legs or their claws around the limb. Teacup again, swelling potion again, freeze again, Piggly Dursley, Verdilius, frog spawn. That's a horrible insult. I was the only one to see her. I was the only one who saw her for what she is, or what she was, a freak. Petunia Dursley. Again, butthurt and bitter. There's no way to go through life. Hybridian black dragon. Pretty cool. Too bad it's not foil. Sorry, I'm off kilter here. I gotta look at the viewfinder. I'm a little close up. Sorry about that. Here, let's frog spawn just so you saw it. Cool. All right. Let's hope for some more hollow foils and some more fancy foils. Those star and moon foils are amazing. I'm just gonna put the paper on the ground. I do want to save a couple of these. I want to save one of each on the wrappers here for posterity. Butterfly Weed Balm, Fantastic Beast, Wig, Spongify, Dogbane Potion. That sounds mean to animals. Kala Show, this Freaky Deaky again, and another Hagrid Keeper of the Keys, but non-foil. No foils yet in the hollow foil slot. 3 character cards. We got Quirrell, Hagrid, and Malfoy, but no hollow foils. Cancel Practice, Mid-Air Collision, Blue Wig, Through the Ages, Tawny Owl, Transfiguration, Quidditch, something good coming up, Spiral Dive, Harry streaked towards the ground like a bullet. I think that's when he caught it with his mouth, right? It opens at the close. Ooh, golly. Oh, my word. We done it. We hit the lottery. Look at this. Wow-wee. That's nice. Hybridian Black Dragon. Hebridean? Oh, it's Hebridean. Sorry. Hebridean. Isn't the Hebrideans somewhere up in the UK? But there aren't wild dragons in Britain, said Harry. Little did he know, FYI. And letters from no one. 30 or 40 letters came pelting out of the fireplace like bullets. But look at that. That's neat, man. 2 rares in a pack? That's pretty dope. And they have the same thing with like Magic the Gathering. Sometimes, like nowadays, you can get multiple rares per pack. Back in the old days, though, I'm pretty sure if you got a foil rare in the 2000s, that's all you got. I mean, a foil card. You know what I mean? Like if you got a foil rare, it was in the rare slot. You didn't get like an additional rare. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. Eli's. It always feels like Eli's are watching me. Oh, dang. Look, back-to-back eyeballs. Eli, uncommon. And Beetle Eyes. Love me do. A pile of I love you. All right, another Draco. Golly. Why can't it be a foil, man? Why me? Why not a foil? Come on. Ooh. Yep. Practice cancels. Spongify. Screech Owl. Magical Drafts and Potions. Quick Thinking. Flipendio. Figuration Quidditch Barn Owl. Alright. And then we got, spoiler alert, Madame Malkin's robes. Madame Malkin stewed Harry on a stool, slipped a long robe over his head, and started to pin it to the right length. Pretty cool. Harry. I'm famous and I can't even remember what I'm famous for. Harry Potter. Man, still no foils, eh? Still no hollow foils. Last video, I hit like a ton of foils, but I bought a box of Quidditch, the expansion. So we'll see how many hollow foils that product gives us in one box. I don't know if each set had the same pull rate, but it will at least have a baseline for that set, because these are all just random packs. Hopefully nobody weighed them out. You know, you could weigh these things. Oh, I hate to even bring it up. Hopefully that's not what we're dealing with here. A vanishing referee. Referees have been known to vanish and turn up months later in the Sahara Desert. That sounds pleasant. Could you imagine you're doing your job and they don't like you, so they banish you to like the middle of Death Zone, Death Valley? I don't know. It might be worse than Death Valley. I'm not sure. If you don't know, there's a place in America called Death Valley where people die because Death Valley. And no water, it's super hot. Dogbane again. Tawny Owl, blue wig. Oh, there's a new one. Picking on Neville. Neville managed to have an extraordinary number of accidents. That's true. Oh, man. Oh, this one again. Oh, bloody. Array. Not that one again. This sucks, Ron. Oh, bugger. Spoiler alert. All right. Tawny. Here's a new common. Bludger in the stands. Things out of control. Another picking on Neville. Midair collision freeze. Spells. Cauldron shop. See, they got standard iron cauldron, forged iron, forged silver, gold, copper. Pretty cool. Ooh, we got some goodies. Here, let me just not spoil everything all the time. Blue bottle broom. What's up with that kid on the back? That's kind of freaky, huh? Ooh, I spittled on it. Golly. Through the arch foil. That's rad. Looks really cool. All right. Let's put it with the foils. And Beater grabs the snitch. Harry learned that there were 700 ways of committing a Quidditch foul. It's like hockey. There's a lot of ways to get in trouble. All right, let's see. Dog biscuits, potion, sloth grip, poison through the ages, cancel practice, charms, potion, cauldron shop again, spiral dive, and a new one. Gryffindor match. This year's team is going to be brilliant. Fred Weasley. Let's look at that art again. See what we can see. So it looks like we have some Weasleys. Ron. Oh, what's her name? Oh, what's his name? Oh, go. Give me old socks, whatever. You know who they are. What's his name? Wood, Oliver Wood, and what's her name? Alicia Spinnet, maybe? Sounds like a Harry Potter name. I think it's her, Alicia Spinnet. Lapaforos, frog spawn again. Oh, we got one. Oh, I bought this one too. Dang. I shouldn't have bought it. I bought some cards for my other set, and the dude that was selling it, he had Lee Jordan. He was the commentator. Slytherin takes the lead. Cool, we got one. We'll put that over here. This will be our hollow foil section. Okay, cool. And we got the Leaky Cauldron. You hear that? That's in London. This is it, said Hagrid, coming to a halt. The Leaky Cauldron. It's a famous place. For famous blokes to have famous drinks. Like you, Harry. You have a drink named after you. It's called the Potter. It zaps you right in the head. Makes you forget things. It's very potent. Anyway, picking on Neville, quick thinking, butterfly weed, freeze, blue wig, spells. There's Lee Jordan again. Biased commentary. So, after that obvious and disgusting bit of cheating, Jordan, growled Professor McGonagall. She was getting on him for being biased. Christmas feast. Harry had never in all of his life had such a Christmas dinner. This is a great part of the first book, when they stay behind for Christmas, him and Ron, because Ron's family went to go visit some of the family in Romania, I think, or something. Or went to Egypt. I don't know what they did. They went somewhere. They went out of town. And it was like Home Alone, but Ron was left at the place. Yeah, that'd been funny. Let's see. I think the Weasleys were all, yeah. Ron, Fred, George, and Jenny. I think they all stayed at Hogwarts, right? And then the mom and dad, they went to go visit like some of the eldest brother who was like taking care of dragons in Romania or something like that. I don't know. Beetle eyes, eel eyes, dragon hide gloves. Oh, there's one of those. What are those things called? Oh, what is it called? The honey badger. So if you're gonna mess with a honey badger, you better have dragon hide gloves because they'll get you. The honey badger. If you've never seen the video on the honey badger, you should check it out. It's pretty funny. Type in the honey badger and look for the one that has like 1 billion views. Get away from me, says the snake. The honey badger just don't care. He eats everything. By his commentary, Spiral Dive, and another Hebridean black dragon. Not foil this time. Not foil. Not foil. I've made 3 sets worth of space in my binder. So my retro binder, I think, might be able to hold 3 whole sets. Maybe. Maybe. I'm hoping. And then I have another folder on the way that's different that will hold the other 2, if that's how it goes. And then I'll have all 5 expansions, or all 5 sets, eventually, someday, down the rainbow. Okay, practical joke. Wild boar. Wild boars. Never seen that way. Wild boars, wild boars. All right, anyway. Green Gots. You have this key, sir. Oh, you have his key, sir. Thank you. Green Gots Goblin. I do. It's right here in my pocket somewhere. Whoa. Take it easy. All right. Let's see where we're at. Dogbane. Moonseed. Picking on Neville. Thick Quick Thinking. Boy, you get a lot of the same guys here. Oop. Spoiler alert. Malkin's Robes. A Vanishing Referee. I saw this foil. I didn't buy it. I'm glad I didn't. Another Malfoy. Golly. That's our 3rd one, Harry, in the rare slot. It's not even hollow foil. Roll. Alright. Sorry. Swelling Potion, Sloth Grip, Moonseed, Quidditch Through the Ages, Cancelled Practice, Standard Book of Spells, Grade 1, Care of Magical Creatures, Quidditch, Barn Owl, Injured. Somebody got whacked. And another Silver Unicorn Horn, which we already have one in foil. Yeah, I think I would probably have specialized in Care of Magical Creatures, because I feed all the magical creatures. We have Stray Cat that we feed, but we don't pet because he'll cut you. But we give him flea treatments and high quality food. We take care of him. He jumped the right fences, I like to say. And then take care of our squirrel friends, take care of our hummingbirds, a little bit of everything. It's pretty wild around here. Hermione, top student. She looks older. Hermione, of course, came in top of the year. She was head of the class. Man, I hope these weren't weighed out. I only got 1 holofoil. Dang it. Dang it. These all came from the same person, too. Ugh. Buying loose packs, that's... Oh... Madam Irma Prince. Madam Pince, sorry. Madam Pince, the librarian, brandished a dust feather. I think she told him, go on. Out. Because they were in the restricted section. Yeah, hopefully, hopefully these weren't all weighed out. Ugh. I don't know if you heard of that, but like if you have a really good like scale that goes down to grains and is accurate with like Pokemon and stuff like that, you can see foil weight, which is pretty sad. But, that's the dangers of buying loose packs, Green Gots. Enter, stranger, but take heed of what awaits the sin of greed. Green Gots engraving. So basically, yeah, if you're going to steal something, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. You're going to get trapped in there forever. Yeah, those Green Gots goblins didn't mess around. That's a cool quote, though. I wish they had the whole quote. It's kind of cool, where he talks about like what would happen to you. Wand shop, again. Ooh, self-stirring cauldron. Molly Weasley used these a lot to make her delicious foods. Very nice. And grip hook. Looking very grippy and hook-like. Kind of looks like Schlitzie. Anybody know who Schlitzie is? Gabba Gabba, one of us. Gabba Gabba, we will wow wow. Have you ever heard of that? Have you heard the Ramones? Gabba Gabba? Grip hook looks like Schlitzie. Look it up. You'll be happy you did. And sad you found out. You're welcome. Schlitzie. That's, yeah, be one of us. Gabba Gabba, we accept you, one of us. Very cool. Oh, we got a Hedwig, but it's a basic Hedwig. He had decided to call her Hedwig, a name he found in a name he had found in a history of magic. Boy, slim pickings on the holofoils. Come on, holofoils. I'd hate to have to buy a box of this. I might have to just to see if I got weighed out, you know. It's possible. I mean, we got these foils in that one, but still. Quality Quidditch supplies? Squidditch. Oh, never mind. He didn't weigh nothing. Oh, my Lord. I don't even have my cases on me. Whoa, look at that, friends and family. The famous Harry Potter. I like his tape on his glasses. Oh, she's got scratches. Look, right off the bat. Right off the get-go. There's factory scratches. There's like 2 of them. See if you can see them. See what if your eyes can make them. What does it say? I'm famous and I can't even remember what I'm famous for. Harry Potter. Golly. All right. Lee Jordan, you get bumped down because Hendry's going to get first dibs. Because he's the boy who lived and dresses like Where's Waldo. Let's see if we can't. Oh, Greg Hildebrandt. Look at that, guys. Greg Hildebrandt. If you don't know who Greg and Tim Hildebrandt are, you should Google it. They did fantasy art all through the day. I think they did it from like the 60s through the 70s and 80s and 90s. And they just recently, I think, passed away. One of them passed away for sure. I don't know if it was Greg or Tim. But they also did the Lord of the Rings Magic Gathering. Well, they didn't. I don't think it was new art. I think it was older art that they used for the set. But it's amazing art. It's older magic or older Lord of the Rings art. One of these days I'll show you my Lord of the Rings cards. Table trouble. Looks like the cauldron has caused the table to turn into like a liquidy substance. Well, I'll tell you what. If you're gonna get a nice hollow foil and it's Harry Potter, I'm good. I am good to go. If we don't pull another foil, I will be okay with that. Because the one that came is the best. Another Green Gots key. Green Gots. Green Get Gots. I'm going to put this other pack down here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Let's do it like this. Let's put this stack. Oop. There's Stoffel. Have you ever heard of Stoffel? Look at that. What is his name? Stoffel, the yeah, those creatures, they do not care. Yeah. There's a one called Stoffel, the honey badger. And Stoffel is like a real animal that lived in a sanctuary somewhere in like New Zealand or Australia. And he was a real character. Check it out, Stoffel. What do we get? Hagrid's umbrella. Pretty cool. I think it's Hagrid's umbrella that's actually his broken wand that he's not supposed to be using because he lost his right to bear a wand or something. He's like a felon. In Harry Potter land, if you're a felon, you can't have a wand. It's like a gun. Crazy. Hagrid's on the Homeland Security watch list. Canceled practice, mid-air collision, same old shame old. Oh, we got another goodie. Bulgi potion foil. Nice. I love it. And another vanished referee. Very cool. Very cool. This has been very fun. It's only 34 minutes, man. I'm jamming. Look at me. The last video took like an hour. All right, let's see. Ooh, another foil. Lovely. Green Gots foil. Star and lightning foils are amazing. I'm going to just stack them up a little bit. And there's another foil. So 2 foils in 1 pack. Color changing ink. That's cool. Oh, you know what? I should think about maybe preserving some of these. Let's see how many we have here. Let's see. I have just enough to preserve them. Okay, cool. So those 3 will be the 3 that I open very delicately. Not like a heathen. All right. Let's see. Teacup to Rat. Piggly. We haven't got a lot of commons. We got a lot of the same commons. Another one of those. Yeah. Yeah, we're not really getting a lot of diversity when it comes to the common slot or the uncommon slot. I noticed that on the first set. I got a lot of redundancy there, which is kind of interesting. Same here. It's just all the same stuff. And it's a small set. It's only 80 cards, so. Ugh. And did I even open that on camera? Letters from no one. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything. It's pretty generic. Wait, yeah, there you go. That was pretty generic. You know what? Let's try to do it this way. Come on, you. There we go. I'm gonna try to take my time with these ones because I only have 6 packs left. So if I mess up now, I'll have at least one of each variety. So there's the one with the cauldron. I should have done this with the first one. So there's the cauldron wrapper. We'll keep that over there for posterity. And then for posterior, let's see what else. Oh, here's a different one. 3-month-long match. A game of Quidditch can go on for ages. Oliver Wood. That is ages. That's like the World Series game we had the other day that went to 18 innings. It was like 19 innings, like 2 games worth of action. That was wild. I don't know if you follow other sports besides Quidditch, but this is Boomer Baseball. I am from California, born and raised. So us Dodger fans had a great time. It was nerve-wracking, but in the end, it all worked out. Sports games. All right, let's see. Ooh-wee. Speaking of sports games. Oh, we got double rare. 3-month-long match. Look at that foiling, guys. That's just so cool. I love it. And a self-stirring cauldron again. Just the regs, as the kids call it. Base. It's a base one. The base. All right, let's see. What do we got here? Which one we need? We need the one with the books and the time. All right, let's see if we can open it without completely defacing it. These are pretty fragile, though. They want to rip. They want to, like, go to pieces. Let's see. Look at this. Oh, can't see it. See, it's like just barely touched it and just came apart. Fragile. All right, here we go. Thank you for coming by and checking out Nerd Night again. Hope you enjoyed it. I know I have. We got another Hermione top student. I get it. She's raising her hand, I think, because she knows the answer.